Hey you guys, welcome to a new episode of Food and the Single Guy with me, your very own AMARU. First things first, I hope you like the hat. I have introduced this hat to you a couple of times and I had it specially made for the video of my new single Joystick, which is available on Spotify, on iTunes and everywhere else, and the video is available on my other channel, AMARU Music. I would like for you to go to that channel. The link will be posted below and I'm going to insert a little clip of that video right now for your convenience. So go to my other channel, AMARU Online, and watch the video and do a little twerky dance, if you will. Alright, you guys. Now, on this episode of Food and the Single Guy, I am going to show you how I make my roti. If you don't know what roti is kind of an Indian flat bread, not to be confused with naan, which is something completely different. But roti is a flat bread and it looks like a pancake, if you will, and it's very savory. And the Indian people in my country, it's from the Indian cuisine in general. And the Indian people in my country, they are masters at making this. Now, I have never in my entire life made this myself. I swear to God. Okay? So, I'm going to show you how I make it. And, you know, by sheer memory of what I've seen my mom do, because my mom is a pro at this. So, I made these and I sent her a quick little video to show her, look, it is rising like a balloon. And she's like, that is what you want, baby. So I'm going to insert that clip also so you can see that, you know, I'm the kind of person, if I set my mind on doing something, I'm going to go ahead and do it, okay? And I wanted to learn how to make these things myself because, let's face it, your parents are not going to be here forever. In fact, I may die tonight, knock on wood, right? So it is very important that you learn certain things before the time is there when he says, you know what, it's been fun, but your ass needs to come home. So I'm going to show you how I make mine and I hope you like it. So without further ado, let us continue. Alright, beautiful people, so we're gonna start with the part of this dish that I least like. In fact, I detest this part of this dish because this is gonna be turned into a very soft and sticky dough, and I don't like the texture of soft and sticky dough between my fingers, okay? Which is why I don't bake cakes, I don't bake cookies. Well, I did bake a cake and a couple of cookies a couple of videos ago, but that is besides the point. I simply don't like the texture of dough between my fingers, okay? But we're going to make an exception today for all of y'all out there. So without further ado, let us continue. So in my bowl right here, I have about 750 grams of self-raising flour, which I have sifted. You don't have to sift your flour, but that is what I like to do. To that, we're going to add about 2 teaspoons of salt, just like this. And what I also like to add to mine is about a teaspoon of garlic powder, because I love the smell and the taste of garlic. Now, some people also add a little bit of sugar. I'm gonna add about a teaspoon of sugar to mine also then, since some people do that too. So there we go. Now we're gonna give this a quick mix with the hands, just like this. This is smelling good already, my goodness. You simply wanna give it a quick mix. Just to make sure that the salt and the garlic powder and the sugar is well mixed into the flour. Alright, so now we're going to create a well in the center. And to that, we're going to gradually add about 600 milliliters of lukewarm milk. You can also use some lukewarm water. Now, back in the olden days, I was told that the people used cold water. But boo-boo, the person who taught me how to make this, told me that I have to add lukewarm milk. So we finna add some lukewarm milk, boo-boo. And you want to gradually add the milk, alright? Just like this. You don't want to add all at once. Simply add the milk like this and then you give it a quick mix. Oh, baby. I can feel the dough sticking to my fingers already. Wow. Anywho, it's all for the people. Be a big boy, AMARU. You can do it. Ugh. All right, so we're gonna add a little bit more milk. Go like this. Ugh. It sure smells good, I have to say. I'm not gonna lie to you. Oh, wow. All right, now you see what I mean, you guys? It is sticking to my hands. And that is the part I really don't like. But like I said, it's for a worthy cause. And the worthy cause is you, my audience. All right, you guys, now give me a minute. I'm gonna go and knead this, and I shall be back shortly. So as you can see, it is very sticky. What I'm gonna do next, I'm gonna add a little bit of sunflower oil to this dough. Just like this. Not a hell of a lot. And now we're gonna continue kneading. I'm telling you, this is a workout. You don't have to go to the gym afterwards. Ugh. My bowl is doing the Roomba, honey. Yes. Now, when your hands get tired, you are allowed to beat the crap out of this dough. Okay. Alright, you guys, this dough is looking mighty fine. What I'm gonna do next, I'm gonna cover the pan with some aluminum foil, and then I'm gonna set it to one side to rise for about a half an hour. Okay, you guys, so it's been about an hour, and to be quite honest with you, I kind of forgot about the dough because I was on the phone yapping it up with somebody. But the longer you allow the dough to rise, the softer your roti will be. Now, let's have a look. See? Honey, this dough is looking good. Oh yes. Now let's move on to the next step. All right, you guys, so next what I'm gonna do, on my dough mat right here, I'm gonna sprinkle some flour like this, and then we're gonna take parts of the dough and we're gonna make cute little dough balls just like this. See? Just like this. And that concludes our cute little dough balls. We're gonna cover this with some aluminum foil yet again and allow it to rise for another half an hour. Alright? Alright. Okay guys, so next what I'm gonna do, I am going to finely grind 3 cloves of garlic and half a Scotch bonnet pepper into a fine paste. Here we go. Alright, this is looking good. Now let me scrape all of it into the mortar. So this is what you'll need basically. It's not a hell of a lot, but it's sufficient because we will be adding this to the mashed potatoes in a minute along with some cumin. Alright, beautiful people, so right here in my bowl I have my sliced boiled potatoes, which I will be mashing into oblivion with my potato masher in just a second. To the potatoes I will be adding this garlic and pepper paste, just like that. To that, I'm gonna add half a teaspoon of salt. I'm gonna add half a teaspoon of kurkuma. And I'm also gonna add about a teaspoon and a half of ground cumin. Just like that. Now let the mashing begin. Alright, you guys, so now what we're gonna do, we're gonna set the filling to one side to cool down completely. And as soon as it's ready, we're going to continue with the rest of this video. Okay, you guys, so next what we're going to do, we're going to stuff these dough balls with the mashed potato filling. But before we do that, you simply have to pull the dough ball apart, if you will, just like so. And much more so, to the ends as opposed to in the middle, because right here, this is where the stuffing is going to go, and you want this part to be very firm. So you don't want to pull it apart too much because it's going to stretch very thin. All right, that's not what you want, or else when you roll out the dough, it's going to burst, and that's not what you want. All right, now let me go and get the filling. Here we go. Now, and you don't want to put too much filling, you guys, because otherwise when you roll out the dough ball, it is going to burst open, and that is so not what you want. So next, what you're gonna do, you're simply going to squeeze the dough as you roll it from one side to the next. As you roll, you squeeze just like this, and then you fold it, you fold the ends into the rest, and then you gently massage the filling into the dough just like so, and then you set it to one side to rest until it's ready to be rolled out. All right, okay, you guys, so now it is time to roll out this dough ball into a nice little round pancake shaped disc. We're going to put some flour on the rolling pin, and we're going to gently roll out this dough. And you want to put enough pressure on the ends and not so much in the middle. Now we're gonna turn it. And you can roll them out as big or as small as you like. My pan is not that big, so I'm not going to make gigantic rotis. And as you can see right here, you can definitely see an even distribution of the filling. Now let me have a look, see. There we go. So now this is ready to be cooked. Now you guys, traditionally roti is cooked on a cast iron plate, and they're approximately 25 to 30 centimeters in diameter, and they're very heavy and very expensive. I tried looking for one up here, but I couldn't find any. So, and before I moved to Europe back in 1991, they had already introduced the aluminum versions of these pans, if you will, and I thought I was going to find one of those up here, but I couldn't. So I think a couple of years ago, I went to a supermarket, a high-end supermarket, and I saw that they had like a crepe pan, you know, to make a little bit the tiny French pancakes, a crepe. I said, but wait a minute, this will do just fine. I can use this one instead. It was, it's about 20 centimeters in diameter, and I said, well, I'm going to use this for my roti pan. And if you cannot find one of the cast iron pans that I just mentioned, in the Indian language, I think it's called a tawa, T-A-W-A, tawa. And if you can't find any of those in your neck of the woods, a good old pan such as this one will do just fine. These are my new pans. I purchased two the other day, and these are by a specific brand that I'm not going to mention on camera because I'm not getting any money from these people. But these have a 25-year warranty, and I purchased them. They were on sale at this very high-end supermarket that I just mentioned. And if you cannot find one of those plates, one of those tawas, one of those pans, roti pans, you can always use something similar to this, okay? And this is about 28 centimeters in diameter, so your roti is going to be quite large. And this has a glass lid, by the way. And that is what I wanted to share with you. You know. Alright, you guys, so now it's time to cook these babies, and you want to make sure that the pan is not too hot, okay? So keep the flame at low to medium, no higher. Next, what we're going to do, we're going to sprinkle some oil on the pan like this, and then we're going to put the roti on the pan just like so. We're going to leave it there for about 20 seconds or so, and then we're going to flip it. Like that. And then we're going to oil this side again. Just like that. And we're gonna flip it again. See what I'm talking about? And then we're gonna drizzle some oil on this end also. And a clear indication that your roti is about done is when it balloons like this, when it pops up. That is a clear indication that it is about done. All right? See what I'm talking about, you guys? Isn't that beautiful? We're gonna flip it again. Ooh, this is nice. Ain't this nice? Oh, but it is. See what I'm talking about? It balloons. That's what you want. That is when you know your stuff is done. This one is done. And these things don't take long to cook, you guys. A couple of seconds on both sides, a couple of times is sufficient. And there we have the finished product, our delicious roti. The best thing to do when you take them from the stove, place them in a bowl like this, a plastic bowl like this, and then cover them with some aluminum foil, just like so. That is going to ensure that they stay warm and soft. Now let's move on to a serving suggestion, baby. Now before we move on to the serving suggestion, I know how some of you like it when I eat on camera. This is your moment. Here we go. Baby, when I tell you, this thing is soft like a motherfucker. I am very proud of myself. It has enough flavor. I can taste the cumin, I can taste the garlic, I can taste the pepper. It is soft, you guys, really. I give myself a good 4 out of 5 stars. Yes. And you know me, I'm very critical of my own food. This is delicious. Now, here's the pan. And speaking of the serving suggestion, doesn't that look gorgeous? Honey, let me tell you, it was. Now, traditionally, roti is served with some curried chicken and some curried potatoes and some green beans as depicted in this picture. Now, if you decide to try this recipe, let me know how it turned out because I'm always interested in hearing from you. In the meantime, don't forget to pick up my new single, Joystick. Don't forget to go to my other channel, AMARU Music, to watch the video. You're gonna get a good kiki. Oh yes, because it's loaded with pun and innuendo. And also, they did a nice review of this single. It's a very popular, very highly respected music blog in the UK. And I'm gonna post that link for you also in the description box below the video. Or you can go to my website, amaru.nl, click on the news section or click on the reviews section and you will be able to see that link for yourself. Okay, I'm very happy about it because, you know, these are very objective people when they write their stuff and they're highly respected in the independent circuit. All right? So don't forget to check all of that out. In the meantime, do be well, take care, happy cooking, happy eating, happy roti making. And until the next time, you guys, have a good weekend. Bye.